Hello, everyone, and welcome to Power Pro Wrestling. I'm Johnny Jet, joined at this time by DK.
Johnny, I've just received I've been told to read this document.
What's it
It's
say?
addressed to you and I. It says, your repeated, unwarranted, aggressive criticisms regarding the work of my client, one Mr. Thomas Calhoun, must end immediately.
Tom Calhoun? Like Scorpio Calhoun?
The accusations of incompetence, unprofessional conduct, and ineptitude levied by the two of you have caused my client extreme emotional duress. Mr. Jet in particular, your verbal tirades have left my client in fear for his life. Such conduct constitutes harassment, defamation of character, and slander. My client is prepared to explore legal recourse to its fullest extent if you do not immediately cease and desist in your behavior. Additionally, my client requests that an on-air apology be made before this program will continue. Should you fail to meet the requests of my client, we look forward to the legal proceedings that will certainly follow.
Okay. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry. Okay, let's just get on with the show.
Right. Tonight we have a Team USA versus Team UK. Johnny, are we gonna be all right?
Yeah, I have to assume we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. We have to announce a postponement on Holden Troy versus Panzer. Panzer has chosen to take this week off to recover from last week's contest with Brooke Power. Brooke Power, of course, doesn't get the week off.
That's right, because Brooke Power takes on El Hijo del Fenix here tonight on this episode of Power Pro that is certainly continuing as scheduled without any further strange interruptions.
Absolutely. No further interruptions. Just the wrestling fans. Here a few weeks ago, of course, the whole Brooke Power was injured by Donna Reed, and again last week suffering a devastating injury of an uncertain nature at the hands of her partner Panzer, and she has to compete again this evening. I would have to assume against doctor's orders, but
well, Johnny, it's very interesting seeing Brooke Power fighting El Hijo del Fenix in this context. Of course, Phoenix suffered quite a few injuries, fought through those in his own right. Very interesting to see Brooke Power doing the same in a match against him.
That's very true, DK. Hijo del Fenix wrestled, of course, the Lucha Endurance run. Never at any point decided to take any time off to recuperate in any way, shape, or form. And he came out of that looking very good, very strong of heart, if not necessarily the most winning superstar in this tournament. Brooke Power now off of back-to-back injuries week after week, quite literally now has to compete at the obligation of her camp, who are being very tight-lipped about exactly why that is the case.
Here we have, making his way to the ring now, that lovable luchador, that fighting heart. Nothing to keep down Tijuana's favorite, El Hijo del Fenix.
Absolutely not. But we can't discount Brooke Power offhand. Yes, she's fighting through injuries. Yes, she is fighting hurt this evening. Betrayed by Panzer. I don't think I'm out of line saying that. Betrayed by Panzer last week. But now we do have to wonder if how she is coming into this contest. Sue me?
I don't know, Johnny.
All right. So, Brooke Power now starting out this match with the strikes, trying to just fire off at El Hijo del Fenix. Fenix now rolling up Brooke Power for a pinfall attempt there. No success. Far too early for any such acts.
Team Mexico, of course, struggling in their matchups against Team Europe. Could be a different result here, though, in singles competition against Brooke Power.
Especially against an injured Brooke Power, DK. You see there, Fenix working on the arms of Brooke Power. You saw him with that wrist lock and that side kick. Now you saw him with that head trapped arm lock. Fenix not afraid to work on the injured arms of someone significantly stronger than himself.
Certainly not, and against a competitor as dangerous as Brooke Power, you have to take any advantage you can get.
That is true, DK, and Brooke Power now with those clubbing blows, sending El Hijo del Fenix to the mat. Power now with that big belly-to-back suplex. Fenix back to his feet pretty quick there, though.
Fenix having already fought through so much, coming up on the short end of that striking contest, but again, we've seen again and again, nothing can seem to keep Fenix down, especially once he takes to the air like that.
Absolutely, DK. We've seen it before. It ends matches, but it just could not put her away this time. And now Fenix working on that arm. Working on the injured arm, and it was a move much like that one that injured it in the first place, working that arm bar. You have to wonder how much the injury of that arm has diminished the grip of Brooke Power as she attempts that camel clutch there, and as she attempts this big press slam. Now, step up enziguri there by Fenix. Irish whip into the ropes. Shoulder block. Sends him to the mat. Now a leg lock. Grounding the luchador. Working on the leg of El Hijo del Fenix. And again, testing the arm. Big press slam there. The drop cover. 1, 2. No 3 count. Of course, an injury to that arm, it diminishes the striking capabilities of Brooke Power, who relies on that lariat so very much. And there we saw Fenix with that aerial assault. That Frankensteiner off the top rope and then the moonsault. Now, Brooke Power slamming Fenix to the mat.
Johnny, you'd think that arm injury would diminish her striking ability and those big power moves, but it does not seem that she's at all hesitant to make use of them here in this match.
Well, DK, it very well might be all that she knows. Again, we have to look at the inexperience of Brooke Power. Yes, an exceptional hoss of a wrestler, but at the same time, as you see here, a bit inexperienced, easily rolled up there by Fenix for a 2 count. Big code breaker there. Knee crusher, runs up to the top ropes, missile drop kick to the back of the head. Rolls her up, La Magistra too close to the ropes though. Referee Red Shoes breaks it up, and Fenix tossed to the outside. Power now pursuing him. Grapples from behind. Fenix works the arm and takes her to the mat, or rather to the outside ring area there on that padding. European uppercuts by the member of Team Europe, and now she has a baseball bat.
They're just taunting Fenix there.
And Fenix, not taking kindly to it, rolls her up, but too close to the ropes to take advantage of it. step up Enziguri sends the Brute from Bray back to the mat. Clubbing blows. Puts Fenix back down, dragging him into position. Back up to his feet. Lariat. Now she's going for that choke slam. Big choke slam. And an elbow drop cover. 1, 2. No! So very close. Brooke Power there.
That certainly looked like the end, but Fenix said no.
The strength of Fenix on display there with that moonsault kick. And now a moonsault of his own. A cover. 1, 2, and a 3 count for Fenix. And that has to be a big upset for El Hijo del Fenix there.
Absolutely. Phoenix looking very impressive, fighting through the punishment dished out by Brooke Power. We wondered about that arm injury coming in to this match for Brooke Power. Certainly seems to have slowed her down a bit here against Phoenix.
Indeed, it did. And folks, we are getting word now on the substitution. And folks, we have a blockbuster bout planned for you this evening. It will be taking place in our main event. It is Ichiko Kano versus Kazuya Kano. That will be replacing, of course, Panzer versus Holden Troy, which was set to occur on this program. Kano versus Kano. But first, folks, we have Team USA versus Team UK here on Power Pro Wrestling. And that promises to be an outstanding bout in its own right, DK.
Absolutely, Johnny. Karen Rose and Jordan King. Jordan King, of course, coming off a disappointing pair of losses the past couple of weeks in singles competition, taking on Team UK and Donna Reed and Kid Grime. Of course, big story in these past few weeks. Donna Reed continuing her, let's say, colorful comments about certain wrestlers here in Power Pro. She looks to make the best out of some disappointing results here so far.
Very true, DK. And Donna Reed, of course, on this very program, she joined us for commentary last week and issued a challenge to Heather Lexus, a challenge that has not at this time been answered, DK.
That's right. We're hoping to get some words from Heather Lexus later here tonight, but before then, we have Karen Rose making her way to the ring.
Yes, indeed, fight fans. Karen Rose making her way to the ring for this bout. Sporting the colors of the red, white, and blue. Of course, we are here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. And here comes the Amer Icon Lion, and what a bout for Washington, D.C. You know, it's kind of a small war of independence all over again, DK. USA versus UK.
That war's long in the past, Johnny.
Well, you know, some people keep it alive, DK.
Certainly, people like Donna Reed, hailing from Australia, certainly invested in the Revolutionary War, trying to start a revolution of her own, bringing the MMA style to professional wrestling.
Very true, DK. In fact, you could call all of the styles on display here somewhat revolutionary. King representing his own style of Americanized King's Road. Karen Rose representing that hardcore wrestling style of being adapted to a less hardcore environment, and of course the UK junior heavyweight style represented by Kid Grime, another somewhat recent development, a revolutionary style in its own right. It incorporates the high flying as well as the technical wrestling that is so common in the British style of grappling. So each of these styles is in a way revolutionary.
When you're talking about Kid Grime, of course, you cannot forget the underhanded tactics that he has snuck into his repertoire as well.
Very true, but on the same side is Karen Rose with those bar fight tactics so commonly used in her matches. We'll see if referee Mark Schultz is as, let's say, lenient as Red Shoes has been in those bouts. Kid Grime pursuing and now just taunting Karen Rose, dragging Holden Troy across the ropes. Coming out strong here with that standing shooting star press, but is not able to get any meaningful count off of it. Big body slam sends Kid Grime to the outside there. Allows the Americans to taunt a little bit. Whip into the turnbuckle. Looks like she was planning something there, but Kid Grime recovered a bit too fast for her.
Now Karen Rose deep in enemy territory.
Indeed so, but fighting her way out inch by inch, slam by slam, working her way back to the white corner. Karen Rose now, collarable tie-up, whips him into the turnbuckle. Looks like she's going to be going for it again, but no, Kid Grime recovers too soon. Whips her into her own corner. How do you like that, he says. Probably pretty well. It's her corner. Stomping the face there of Karen Rose. Arm drag takeover there, dragging her into position for what? Who knows? And now, there it is, that leg lock that put away Holden Troy earlier on in this very tournament. Oh, and he blocks the rolling clothesline. She gets him back to his feet, goes for that football tackle. He says, no, we don't play that kind of football where I'm from, Sunshine. Double team, and a big neck drop there by Team UK. Leg lock applied. Donna Reed just waiting in the wings. Reed with that strike. Takes her down. Side leg lock applied. Team UK just working on the legs of Karen Rose here. Tag out to the Americon Lion. Oh, and that rolling leg bar there. Donna Reed just dominating.
Dominating against each individually, but 2-on-1, difficult to stand up there.
Well, you know, DK, that is the flaw of grappling. If you're fighting multiple people, it's not going to help you too much if you can tie one of them up in a pretzel, because the other one can just hit you in the back of the head. Side leg lock applied here. Reed working on the abdomens of Jordan King there, dragging him into position. And mounts the back, just raining down punches on the back of the head of Jordan King. Back to the mat. She goes for, it looked like an ankle lock, but King able to kick her in the face and escape. King quartering the ring, keeping her in his corner, lifts her up onto the top turnbuckle there. He pursues, but she's able to escape it, hops right back down and goes for that leg again. She keeps working on that leg of Jordan King. Smart wrestling. She's just picking on that body part. And now those strikes dazed the Lion. Now she has him back down in that leg bar.
But she is on the wrong side of town and too close to the ropes besides.
Indeed so. And now Team USA double teaming her. Big double team powerbomb. A little bit of miscommunication there. Of course, you have to see the individuality in these two superstars. They're not quite the cohesive unit that you might hope. Jordan King might have the instincts. Karen Rose not as much.
Give up. Give up.
Karen Rose, collar elbow tie up now. Front chancery applied. Drives her down to the mat. And surfboard. Stretching on the ribs, the abs, and the back
Give up.
of Donna Reed. Reverse bulldog there. A splash, a cover attempt. 1, 2, no 2 count there, just a 1. Short arm clothesline there. Karen Rose just taunting. And now a stretch muffler applied.
Give up. Give up.
Donna Reed starting to look like she's in some deep trouble here. She's got to be thinking about making a tag soon.
Yes, indeed. Donna Reed has to be looking at tagging in Kid Grime as soon as possible. But she continues to just stand up with her opponent. She's not really looking at backing away into her corner. She just keeps trying for these strikes, and many of the time they're successful, but you have to wonder if this is the smartest way that she could possibly be competing here. Is she trying to send a message to Heather Lexus, perhaps, or is she just trying to prove herself? It leaves a lot to be questioned.
Maybe she's hoping the match will simply break down again with Kid Grime entering on his own.
I mean, that does seem to be, from the way she spoke last week, how she views tag team competition. It's basically a form of combat where rules don't really matter as much in her book. That's what she thinks anyway. And of course, now she has tagged out to Kid Grime. Kid Grime continuing the work on that leg that he and Donna Reed both have just been working and wearing down this entire contest. And now the Americans working over Kid Grime. And Donna Reed just standing there looking at the ref as if to say, yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. Cartwheel bulldog from Kid Grime there. Karen Rose into the favorable corner for him. She attempts to escape, but it is for naught. And now a big attempt at a power bomb, but reversed. And Kid Grime saying, yeah, well, this is what I think of you. This big scrape buster there. Sidewalk slam. And a cutter out of nowhere.
Kid Grime right back to his feet.
Kid Grime not even fazed by it, fighting through it. And you know, so far I've noticed neither Grime nor Rose going for those outlandish tactics, and I say that as she whips him out of the ring. But so far not following up on it. Until now. And now everybody's got chairs. Big swing, but Kid Grime's still standing. And the second one sends him down. Of course, they have to the count of 5.
You'd see a look of disdain on the face of Donna Reed as all this goes down.
Absolutely. This is not what she signed up for. This is not what she considers to be really a sport, I suppose. She's considering the rules here a bit too permissive, I believe. Of course, Donna Reed has to adjust to it. These are the rules of pro wrestling. These things are permissible in this sport, if only temporarily. Big double team attempt here. And they go for a powerbomb right there in front of Donna Reed. Donna Reed not making any moves to interfere in all of this. And again, we see the teamwork from Team USA. Maybe they heard maybe they hurt us last week, DK.
We saw them start to get some continuity in the closing moments of their matchup. The last time we saw them tag together, really starting to bring some impressive teamwork here together in this match.
Very true. And now we have to wonder, DK, this could be the end of the match. Big kneeling pile driver. A cover in the favorable corner. Cover 1, 2, and that is in fact the 3 count.
It is indeed. You saw Donna Reed in no hurry to attempt to make the save there, and indeed did not make it in time.
Indeed, she did not. And you saw there at the very end, she had to tie up. She locked up with Karen Rose, exchanging a few words, and then she broke off and left. We'll see how that goes. And now we're going to try to get, see if we have Heather Lexus on the phone.
DK, JJ, are you guys there?
Oh, okay. We have Heather Lexus now on the phone. Heather Lexus, thank you for joining us here.
Yeah, no problem.
We know that you could not be in attendance this week. We don't have a lot of time, but we wanted to ask you a few questions if it was possible.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. Well, there are a myriad questions that we would like to ask you. Of course, we have to ask you first the burning question that's on everyone's minds. Donna Reed's challenge. Have you heard about it? And if so, what are your thoughts? Do you accept Donna Reed's challenge to a rematch?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I have heard about it. I just recently was told about it. And of course I'd accept. I'm not going to turn down a fight. Donna Reed is a great competitor, and sure, I'll fight her again.
That is an amazing announcement that we can break here on this program. DK, we have confirmed now a Heather Lexus Donna Reed rematch, a return bout between Heather Lexus and Donna Reed.
Absolutely could not be more excited to hear that. Very much looking forward to seeing you back in the ring again, Heather.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks. I can't wait to get back into the ring.
And we want to thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, we do have to move on with the show at this time. I wish we had more time to talk to Heather Lexus here this evening. Unfortunately, we are working with very strict time constraints due to circumstances beyond our control. And here we gear up for our main event of the evening, Kano versus Kano, Kazuya versus Ichiko, and that promises to be an amazing bout. DK, what do you think you have to say about this one?
Well, Johnny, I've been very much thinking about this match as a possibility going forward. I did not imagine we would see it so soon here. Of course, the brother and sister pair of Team Japan having quite a bit of success for both parties, but Ichiko Kano really coming into her own in the past couple of weeks. And that seems to have, I don't know if it's set off or concerned Kazuya in some way. Johnny, you've had more experience speaking to the Team Japan camp. Do you know what's going on leading into this matchup?
I've only heard rumblings, DK. There are some rumors floating around that Kazuya Kano is worried about his sister and about the choices she's making ever since the match with Team Europe. They've gone their own ways in training. Ichiko not really training with Team Japan so much as she was earlier in the contest in this tournament. However, now she's gone off and she is training in unorthodox and shocking ways. And I believe what I've understood is that Kazuya Kano is trying to dissuade her from pursuing that path that perhaps he himself walked down at one time. He is trying to stop her from continuing to do these unorthodox, strange, dangerous things that she is currently doing, and perhaps to change her mindset, because as has been noted, she is a different woman when she gets in that ring, and when that bell rings, she changes. DK.
Absolutely, Johnny. We saw just an incredible display from Ichiko. I believe it was 2 weeks ago in that match against Jordan King. You'd have to say an upset victory, but I think after that match, any doubters Ichiko had have to be convinced now. Ichiko just showing a tremendous development these past several weeks here on Power Pro.
You know, DK, I've actually heard rumblings from Team Japan's camp that Kazuya hopes Ichiko will not even come out for this match tonight. That he hopes that they won't have to actually compete against one another because he doesn't want to have to hurt his sister, obviously. But there we have it. The music of Ichiko Kano. And there she is herself. Ichiko Kano making her way to the ring. Kazuya's hopes perhaps being dashed at that sound.
Well, Johnny, I think after what we've seen in the past few weeks from Ichiko, any hopes that she might get better of a match with her brother seem well out the window.
Well, you have to think he wants to dissuade his sister from pursuing the full gruesome fighting of this sport, and I have to wonder how he is going to approach it here. Are we going to see a toned-down version of the Ace Assassin, or are we going to see the full Trouble Man? Are we going to see Kazuya Kano going full tilt, trying to beat some sense into his sister?
I think if Kazuya has any intentions of offering less than 100% to Ichiko, he is not going to come out on top against his sister.
I have to agree, she's certainly not going to be holding anything back in this contest. Ichiko not only has something to prove, she has a goal in mind. And from everything I've heard, that goal is Panzer, and it's the Golden Crown.
Be interesting in this matchup as well. Of course, you would expect these two to know each other very well, but if the rumors we're hearing about Ichiko going off, training on her own, picking up new bits and pieces from new styles, if she's able to pull out things that Kazuya has not seen before.
That's very true, DK, because there certainly are things that Kazuya probably hasn't encountered. Maybe Ichiko was able to find a few things, or perfect a few things even, that Kazuya himself has not been able to do. Now we see them testing the waters. They're kind of gauging how this match is going to go, I think, right now. Ichiko with that arm drag puts Kazuya to the mat. Kazuya with that chop, that knife edge chop just across the chest of his sister there. Reverse STF applied. Kano able to escape. Into the ropes. Big boot there to the jaw of Kazuya Kano. Body slam from Kazuya Kano. Axe kick catches his sister right on the forehead. She shakes it off. Snapmare, and now she's dragging him into position. Big stomp to the chest there. Now we have a bit of a strike exchange. Elbow versus knife edge chop here. And Ichiko's the one standing at the end of it.
Very impressive there from Ichiko. You have to wonder if Kazuya is underestimating what his sister is capable of.
But then we see, of course, Kazuya Kano applying that key lock, trying to wear down the elbow and the arm of his sister. She rolls through into that camel clutch. Ichiko, hold broken there. Kazuya just slaps her. And she answers with a series of strikes there. Lightning fast, putting those educated feet to good use there, DK. And once again, educated feet. Chopping down Kazuya Kano. Kazuya with that European uppercut. Sleeper hold applied now. Big snap suplex. Puts the younger Kano down to the mat. Key lock applied. Really trying to take away at least half of that striking ability by taking her arms away from her.
Kazuya just wrenching that arm, really working that submission move.
But Ichiko able to escape it each time. Into the ropes. And another Yakuza kick there from Ichiko Kano. And a big suplex there. Goes to the back. Just smacks her in the back of the head. Sends her down kissing canvas. King Cobra stretch applied now. We see now something that perhaps the Elder Kano did not pass on to the younger one, which is, of course, that grappling ability. We haven't seen a tremendous amount of grappling, near fall there, from the younger Kano.
Kazuya is starting to find his rhythm quite a bit more here, delivering a lot of damage, a lot of combination maneuvers there at the top rope, the elbow drop, and misses.
Definitely an upsetting fall there for Kano. The Elder, that is. Snapmare. Big stomp.
So Kazuya stringing that offense together, but one misstep is all it takes to send the momentum swinging back in the other direction.
And Ichiko with those kicks sends her brother to the ground. A cover for a 2 count, but no more. Northern Lights transition into the arm bar there. Just continuing to work on the arm of his sister. And an Ichi bomb on Kazuya Kano. A cover 1, 2, and no 3 count. Kano with that sleeper applied, just trading finishers here.
This is shades of what we saw in the match against Jordan King. It seems like the more punishment Ichiko Kano is taking, the more fired up she gets, the more she deals back.
That is an accurate assessment where I'm sitting, DK. Kazuya Kano can give his sister everything, and she'll just give it right back to her. As we see here, strike exchange, big kick to the head, rolling elbow in response. Ichiko in trouble now with that elbow, but no. Kazuya misses. Ichiko to the back. Back switch. And an octopus stretch applied. Could that be it? Will Ichiko tap out? No. Able to escape the grasp of her elder brother. And now a second Ichi bomb to Kazuya Kano, a cover. 1, 2, no! So very close, but still no cigar.
Ichiko's still finding time to play to the crowd here.
Ichiko is enjoying it. She loves it. That knee to the face of her brother. And a second one. She is playing for keeps, DK. Kazuya back with that octopus stretch. Ichiko fights out of it yet again. Another strike right to the face. He goes back to the top rope. He has not hit this yet. Can he do it? Yes, he does. Picks her back up. They both miss with a kick there. Kazuya signaling for that sleeper hold applied. Will she submit? No. Able to fight her way out of it. Couldn't make it to the ropes, but was able to break the hold. Now kicking her brother. Once again, educated feet on display there. And now big snap suplex from the Elder Kano, and both of them laying on the mat. Just exhausted into the ropes. Big pop-up powerbomb by Kazuya Kano. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Kazuya Kano pulling out one of his seldom used tricks to get the job done against his sister. And that was just a hard-hitting bout, DK.
Absolutely, Johnny. The sort of hard-hitting competition you might expect from a sibling rivalry gone wrong. Kazuya Kano coming up on the better end of that one. You have to wonder what this is going to mean for Ichiko going forward.
Absolutely, DK. Of course, you have to wonder if that was Kazuya coming out on the better end. His sister came out here to fight him. She fought him with everything she had. Maybe it fell short, but really we're going to see if he won by seeing if she continues to compete here in Power Pro Wrestling after that bout.
That's right, Johnny. I can't imagine that after her hard fought, a loss, sure, but a hard fought one, that she would not want to continue going forward.
Well, we'll certainly find out as we continue on the route to the Golden Crown. But first, we'd like to take a look back at what's happened thus far here this evening. In our opening contest, we had Brooke Power taking on El Hijo del Fenix. Phoenix putting on one heck of a bout against Brooke Power. Despite her best efforts, she was not able to overcome the injuries to that arm. Phoenix was able to take advantage of it, and in the end, El Hijo del Fenix stood victorious in that contest.
Still a tremendous display from Power there, really fighting through a lot in this matchup, but as you said, Johnny, not enough to bring home the victory.
Absolutely. She came close a couple of times, DK, but in the end, Phoenix emerged victorious, and now he has emerged as the secondary points leader in his block. Panzer, of course, stands alone at the top. Can anyone overcome him? Can anyone surpass him? That remains to be seen, and I suppose we'll find out as time goes on.
That's right, Johnny. It's very difficult to imagine who that person might be at this point, though.
Certainly, we also saw this evening another wonderful bout between Team USA and Team UK. It was scheduled to be the main event this evening. That, of course, was eventually supplanted by the Kano versus Kano bout. However, it was in every respect a main event quality match.
Absolutely. Just hard-fought battle on every side here.
Yes, indeed. And we did see a few of those bar fight tactics, a few of those dirty fighting moves that we expected out of Kid Grime and Karen Rose. Here we see, of course, the chairs coming into play, something that disgusted Donna Reed. The second chair shot sends Grime to the mat. Then they hit these double team power bombs, more double team maneuvers, more tag team work than we had really seen from Team USA to this point.
Some very impressive continuity there. Once we got to the closing moments of this matchup, where we didn't see that continuity was with Donna Reed there, really taking her time, not making it in time to break up that pinfall.
Not at all. Very slow to come to her partner's aid. And I have to wonder if some of that stems from perhaps blaming him for the majority of her losses in the tournament thus far. Kid Grime, of course, has taken the brunt of the falls in their matches. Donna Reed, perhaps if she had had a different partner, maybe she feels like she would have been a bit better than she has been.
Possibly so, Johnny. But again, that was scheduled to be our main event, and our substitute main event, however, did not disappoint, with the two Kano siblings taking each other on in a hard-hitting affair.
It was, to be sure, a slobber knocker DK. Both Kanos put out everything they had against one another. Kazuya Kano eventually came out on top, but Ichiko, she put him to his limit. I haven't seen someone take him to his limit as much as she did, other than perhaps Jordan King or Panzer here in recent memory.
Here we see Kazuya getting the better of it there in the last 3 seconds. But again, as you say, Johnny, Ichiko looking very impressive throughout the remainder of that match. A very close-fought, hard-fought match between the two of them, very competitive. And I don't think that's what we would have expected in the opening week of this tournament.
Indeed, not DK. And now, of course, the Kano siblings are tied as far as their block goes. Both of them have the right to challenge Panzer at this point if they continue this momentum. It'll be an interesting it'll be interesting to see how that pans out going forward. And of course, next week we have Team Europe taking on Team Canada in the main event of that program.
Absolutely, Johnny. Very interested to see what the state of Team Europe is heading into this tag team matchup. We've seen some tension there before.
Indeed, we have, DK, and I have to imagine that tension is only going to get worse as time goes on. I can't imagine Brooke Power trusting Panzer going into that bout.
But that's all the time we have tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We look forward to seeing you next week here on Power Pro Wrestling.